Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we are playing more Blitz because skirmish season is right around the corner. Oh, God, excuse me. Tonight, we're going to be playing Royal Fi, and we're going to be playing Enigma New Moon. That's what everybody voted on in the Discord. If you are a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber, you have access to a special section of Discord where you can vote on what I play on a weekly basis. And with Blitz being the thing that it is and how fast the games go, why not pick on two decks, right? Royal Fi is a really cool deck and something that I worked on like probably a year ago that I really enjoyed and thought was pretty cool, but it never really went anywhere. And now, excuse me, and now we have Enigma New Moon, which is pretty cool. After Enigma New Moon won the Talishar tournament, this most recent Talishar tournament, it'd be pretty fun to play it tonight. We're going to be playing the winning list that Blake took home the gold with at the Talishar tournament. Hey, Caleb, Ben, Wally, what's going on, guys? So I'm pretty excited. Also, this is the last stream you'll ever see me where we don't have a ring on this finger. I'm very excited to get married on Thursday, just in case anybody's forgotten about it. Also, Zalito, hope I said that right. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, man. We got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're here for the first time, brother. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? That goes for anybody in the chat who's new, or maybe you've been here for a while, but you never got to share those answers with me. Love to learn more about you in the chat. But getting married on Thursday, I'm pretty pumped. I hope Carly's excited. Be really awkward if she wasn't. That'd be weird. What? What'd you say?
It'll be fine.
Wow, y'all heard that shit. I'm glad that was live. Yup. Yeah, that's there for the world to hear forever now. Yep, and she knows what she's done now. Anyway. I did do solitary confinement last week. James just happened to miss all of it. I think he was at work or something or missed something. But yeah, it was James missed it last week, unfortunately. But yeah, we're gonna start out with Royal Fi. I've already got the deck queued up. We're gonna jump in and we're gonna start playing game. We're gonna start playing games here. We're gonna talk about the deck a little bit here and kind of just talk about what changes I've made since last year and what things we've added. I know he did. I just want more. LOL. I wasn't invited to the wedding. That's because the wedding is like 14 people. It's like all of my and Carly's immediate family. That's it, pretty much. Like, that's pretty much it. And then Carly and I are going to the Dominican Republic for a week in the beginning of September to like our honeymoon vacation kind of thing. Aggro back to his roots. That's right. We're back to the aggro decks, and I got to say I'm enjoying it. Okay. So last time we played this deck, we were playing Kodachis, and I like playing Zephyr Needles now because this format is like a 3-turn format pretty much explicitly. Running Crown of Dominion, Flamescale Furnace, Tiger Stripe Shuko, and Snapdragon Scalers. And Furnace works very well with Tome of the Imperial Flame. So the idea is that you're playing Cash-In, and you're playing Tome of the Imperial Flame and Art of War. So the idea is that if you set up like a cash-in Tome of the Imperial Flame turn, you can like theoretically go off as much as you can here. We're playing a lot of 0-cost cards. We are playing Rising Resentment to help us with some cost reduction. We're playing 2 Mounting Angers, 1 Take the Tempo, and we're playing 2 Censors. Yeah, if I believe correctly. And then we have our sideboard cards over here, an Ancestral Empowerment, a couple of Command and Conquers. Nothing crazy, so... Yeah, I'm very excited for the Dominican Republic for the honeymoon. Absolutely. I see this as a gameplay channel. You know it, brother. I think it's gross now, though. It used to be a buy for Briar. Now it feels unwinnable. What deck is unwinnable? I probably should have brought in Arcane. I just thought about that. I just thought about Arcane. We do not have Arcane Barrier. Oopsies. Aggro playing aggro. He is sick, bro. Get out of here, dude. Yeah, Briar's a tough matchup. Briar's a very good deck. Briar's a very good deck. My opponent's just gonna pass. They pitched the Command and Conquer there. So I think what we're gonna do is I don't think I want to play Tome of the Imperial Flame. We don't really have any reason to activate it or do anything here with it. So what we can do is we can go hurl 100 Winds into Blaze Headlong, Arsenal the Tome of the Imperial Flame, and try to set up a pretty good hand here. I'm going to lead on 100 Winds and just kind of see what they do. We are playing a lot of 0-cost cards here in our deck to try and make this work more efficiently. We probably won't activate Fi too often throughout the course of the night, but We are not going to pay 1 for Hurl, although Hurl is a very good card because it lets us like get the like quote unquote like flick knives effect from our deck, which is pretty sweet. And then, all right, my opponent must have a scary good hand. I'm honestly terrified that they're just saying no blocks to death here. Josh with a big hydrate. I just stole somebody's cow in an MTG game and they left the lobby. You stole somebody's cow? Wait, what? Wish I could have got paired in the New Moon deck in that Talistar tourney. I mean, yeah, that would have been a great matchup for you, Brad. I was like, I feel like that would have been a very good matchup for you. I mean, we're probably just blocking. Oh, God. This is terrifying. They play a CMH from hand. I mean, to be fair, if they play a CMH, it's like only 1 attack, right? Yikes. Well, I mean, this hand doesn't even block 10. Like, this hand blocks 8. We could block everything and the Flamescale Furnace here to block 10 and then take the Rosetta Thorn and try to go into the next turn and see if we draw into, like, a cash-in or something. I mean, it could be worth it. I don't know. Like, we're trying to set up for a big hand, and the Tome of the Imperial Flame is, like, really good at making sure that we have a big hand to play. We also can't play the Tome of the Imperial Flame from our hand, because if we do rip into, like, something that's not that great, then we are in a tough spot. Like, if we rip into, like, a yellow, all of a sudden it's pretty bad for us, right? CNC for 10, go again? Cast Bones, is that you? I mean, CNC for 10, go again is insane, actually. All right, so this cash-in probably just gets blocked with. I don't know, we might keep it because it's good for needles, right? I'm hoping that this is a no blocks kind of hand. So we do fall down there. We go to 7. I'm going to say no blocks and go to 7 here. Briar's Embodiment of Earth is tough, but we're going to try and hang on here and try to get in here. 1 attack for 10, missing Guardian yet? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm always missing Guardian, but we're gonna go to 3. Since they have snaps and not creepers, it feels like a pretty safe bet. If they'd had the Razor there, like Razor Reflex there, it would have felt really bad, but we're gonna pay a gold to draw 2 cards. And now we're going to cast Tome of the Imperial Flame. We could also cash in to draw 2 more cards here if we wanted to. Really just depends. We don't have a lot of go again in this hand, so that's a little frightening, to be honest. The fact that they have all of their equipment's pretty bad for us. Okay, we did draw go again. That's pretty positive. We are going to pitch 2 red cards. So I think the best thing we can do here is pitch Rising Resentment and pitch Coax of Commotion. So if we pitch Rising Resentment and Coax of Commotion, I get to go Hurl, or no, I'm sorry, I get to go Needle, Needle. No, it would be Needle, Activate Furnace. So if we pitch like this, we activate Furnace automatically. We go up to 3 resources. Yeah, this is fine. This actually really works out for us because we can pay 1 by pitching the cash in. We don't really have a way to generate another gold here. Why Fi and not just Zen? Because honestly, it seemed funner to play Royal Fi instead of Royal Zen. I really like Fi and I wanted to play him tonight, if I'm being honest, Zerker. Zen can do this without 2 cards? That's true. I asked in a group chat if someone had cash in, cash out, and they thought I was quitting Flesh and Blood. Oh, because they thought you were like trying to cash out or something like that. I could see that, honestly. Like, I could see someone, like, misinterpreting that message. I could totally see that. All right, our opponent's thinking here. We got a big hydrate for Josh. I really hope our opponent didn't, like, quit or something. talked about this. Someone must have heard. See, you're streaming Chuck Chalishar game and I'm spectating and it's you. No wonder it's the deck you were talking about. Bro, Electrum, that's hilarious. That's amazing, dude. That's absolutely amazing. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think Briar wants to go first a lot, Simper, right? Like, they probably want to go first more often than not, I would think. Exclamation point, Aggro Blaze 69. I mean, I'm going to give it about 5 more seconds and then we're claiming victory here. The tough part's, like, I don't know that we were even going to be able to, like, force our opponent to, like... Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here all night, unfortunately. All right, so let's look at their hand. So their hand had a bunch of 3 blocks in it, basically, except for the Rabble. They had a blue Captain's Call. Interesting. So we were going to have 3 floating. We were going to go Needle, Needle. So if they probably take 4, to be honest, stay at 6. They were at 10. So we're going to walk through this turn and see how the game would have played out, just to see what it would have felt like. So we go Needle, Needle. Then we go Hurl, paying 1 for a Needle. So we put them to 5 if they do that. And then this is 3. They block with, like, they probably block with the red Earthlore Surge, if I had to guess. And then we go Blaze Headlong for 4. They would have been at 5. They probably give us a 3 block, and it would have been for 4 and Iron Weave here. So they stay at 5. We throw Censor for 5. I'm probably naming Snatch if it hits. So since they're at 5, they probably give us one of the other non-attack actions in Grasp. We use Snaps, and then we throw Lava Burst for 5. Because we do not have another 2-cost attack action or 2-power attack action. And then next turn, we were drawing into Tome and Artivore, which meant we were going to draw into Censor and Double Strike, and then Coax and 100 Winds. So we were gonna have a pretty good turn. I think we were gonna take 3 cards out of their hand that turn there. I think we were gonna take 3 cards out of their hand, and with us being at 3, we could have given 2 pieces of equipment. They probably only would have been able to keep the Rabble, and the Rabble would have been for 6. So we give 2 pieces of equipment and a card. And then we put the Artivore together. I mean, I'm going to say we were going to win that game. I don't know if we do, but I'm going to say we would have won that game. I hate when people do this when I'm playing Kano and they quit. I mean, yeah, like, I understand. It's very frustrating when people, like, join a game and then they quit. It can be very upsetting. Briar is, like, so a lot of aggro decks, I do agree with you, Simper. Like, they want to go second in a lot of matchups. Briar is a deck. Runeblade as a whole is a class that wants to go first because it gives them the ability to, like, set up and really, like, just being able to, like, set up everything on turn 0 the way they want is very, very powerful for them. I really hope we can block with something because this hand doesn't really have go again, which is tough. Briar wants to go second as often as possible, Brad said. Okay. I mean, it's very possible that, like, I'm just incorrect about the things that I'm talking about. That is very, very possible. I really hope that if they intimidate again, they take the Artivore here. I would like to be able to block with Censor and Aspect the Body, although we can probably look to try and name something like, if we do get to throw the Censor, we could probably look to try and name something like, name something like Blood Rush Bellow would be my guess here, but how we'd want to start this game. Cusco said almost every Runeblade wants to go first. I mean, I'm going to let them undo because it seems like they hit that button before that even had time to register. Okay, so they're actually going to play it back out. And, you know, to be honest, I respect them playing it out the way that it would have anyway. Not a lot of people would have done that, so I can really stand behind them making that decision. Jesus. I'm just gonna type. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I mean, because my opponent knows. I kind of want to go Needle, Arsenal, Lava Burst, or Arsenal, Art of War. Keep the Lava Burst in my hand. I don't know if I should or not. Maybe I'm supposed to just play the Art of War here. Let's throw the needles and see if they block here or not. Show No Mercy is also a very good one to name. I like going second because of game manipulation. Draw 2, Scar for Scar. Sure, I'll take a damage. Draw a Runeblade hand, filter. I mean, so it makes sense. Like, I get that. I feel like Briar gets a lot of value out of being able to... Briar gets a lot of value and a lot of setup out of being able to... out of being able to, like, make a lightning token on turn 0, right? Is kind of where I'm going at. Art of War pitching the Lava Burst. I mean, we could have played the Art of War this turn. Like, it was definitely, like, a play we could have made. I don't know that I wanted to play it this turn. I think I would rather wait a turn and try to play it out. And we drew the cash in. Oh, this must be the new card. This must be the new card. They must have revealed... It's not showing me anything. Maybe, okay, I thought they beast within there. I don't know why the image wasn't showing there. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna block with Furnace and Shuko here and try to hang on. It's like all we're gonna really aim to do this turn. We are gonna try to use cash in. If we can cash in. Okay, my opponent said there's a bug with Auto Pass and Blood Rush Bellow. I don't know what's happening. I mean, they discarded the same thing. Maybe they passed too many times a minute ago and didn't mean to. I'm not sure. We're going to try and block with Furnace and Shuko here and stay alive so that we can play Cash In Art of War. And if we hit Cash In into a Tome of the Imperial Flame, we could be rolling. Cash In's or the fact that they're using Sash this early. I mean, I guess it's turn 2. It's when you want to use it, right? Okay. They do gain an action point, and then this is for 11. I know it's kind of greedy, but I'm tempted to just go to 7 here. Keep my equipment. Block whatever's next. Again, like, it's a little greedy here, but... Take 6. Nah, we're supposed to stay at 3. They've discarded a Reckless, but there's probably one more in their list. I don't know. There may or may not be. It's tough to say. Who knows? Does opponent think BRB is draw discard and not a cost? It could be more. It could be that they think that. So we crack the gold. We don't find what we're looking for. If I pitch one of the E-Strikes to play Art of War, we could banish the Coax of Commotion. We could also just banish the other E-Strike. Let's go buff and banish. I don't know. I get this gut feeling I'm supposed to banish the Coax, right? Like, call me crazy, but it's just kind of the gut feeling that I get here. So obviously this whole turn is kind of shaped by how they block with Fleshbag, but I mean, they probably just block early, right? I guess the best thing that happens for us is that they take the E-Strike out of our hand, because we're able to go double strike, Blaze, Lava Vein, Snatch, Snap. I would like to play the double strike here if I can. Guess it just depends on how many cards they're forced to block with here, I think. We could start with a Snatch to draw. But they give us a card in the Flesh Bag, and I would rather I think I would rather lead here because I want to force their hand. Like, I want to give my opponent a chance to make the wrong play with Scowling Fleshbag here is my thought. It's better to just push the hand. Okay, I mean, that is as good as it gets for me, right? That is peak of what we wanted to see. So this is also for 2. Hey, what's up, Annabelle? So remember how you said you thought you would never agree with me? I never thought I would hear you say I'm going to be greedy. Listen, when I play aggro decks sometimes, man, sometimes I reach out there. Sometimes I feel like I got to reach out there to, like, be greedy to try and win the games and push a lot of damage, right? So the cool thing is that if they do decide to let Snatch hit here at the end of the turn, then even, like, the floor of our turn is activate Furnace, throw Needle for 2, and then we could use Phi to throw a Phoenix Flame for 2. I really just need them to not be able to keep a big hand here, to be honest. So this puts them to 5, and then the Snatch probably forces 2 cards out of their hand, if I had to guess. Like, they're probably just going to give me 2 cards to deny this, if I had to guess. Hey, what's up, Christian? Just played Troll on Talishar. He got quite salty about New. I mean, New's one of those heroes that makes me a little salty too, I won't lie. Allergic to taking damage on Guardian. Listen, it's because on Guardian you're not supposed to take damage, but I'm okay with, like, taking damage as an aggro deck, because you have to sometimes, right? Yikes. I mean, we can go to 1 and save the Furnace. And then we've already seen an Art of War and both of our cash-ins, so we could play Tome to get a little greedy here. If we wanted to. I mean, I don't know that it's correct. I think we're supposed to go to 1 considering our opponent's pitching the last Reckless Swing here. I think it's okay. I mean, the only difference is that we go to 2, and 2 and 1 are basically the same thing against Rhinar. The first turn should have taken 7 more life from you with the Dominate. I mean, yeah. Like, my opponent should have gotten a lot of value off the first turn there. But thank God they whiffed off the top of the deck. Unless you or me, who took damage as Victor and not care, there's a reason I went 2 and 3. LOL. I mean, that's fair, Josh. So, we could go 5 go again. I could play Tome. I would pitch 2 red cards. Is there any benefit to having the 2 resources? I don't think so, right? I don't think there's any benefit. We're probably just supposed to draw a card here. I mean, Ride the Tailwind is a pretty good 0 for 3. Depending on how they block, we could throw it to force another card. I mean, I think throwing 5 to draw a card's pretty good here because we have the Snapdragons here, Brando. I think you only pitch when playing Tome to get 3 resources. Yeah. So you were seeing the same thing I was seeing there, that if we did decide to make that play, it would have been the same thing, right? Is that if we played the Tome, we were in equally bad a spot with or without it, so it didn't matter. And unfortunately, we can't really do anything else here. I need to hope that this is... I need to hope that this is like Claw. I was like, I need this to be extremely mediocre. I mean, so if we were able to throw one more thing, we could have won the game right there, right? This is the moment we needed to try and get into this game, and now I need to decide how we want to do it, right? So... if I block with Take the Tempo, probably one of the best plays I can make is Hurl, The God of Brutes is not with me this game. That's funny. If I block 3, I'm able to go dagger, dagger. Or I'm sorry, I'm able to go 3/3 dagger. There is also a world where I could block 3, pitch hurl to play Mounting Anger, and then if my opponent gives me 2 cards, I rip 1 more card. That is the best play, right? That's the play we need to make. Yeah. And then if my opponent goes to 2, we still have to make the same play there, right? If they block with 2 cards, we go dagger, dagger, and leave them with 1 card. So we're gonna, I think we're gonna pitch the Rising Resentment. So and then we're not gonna banish this because as a 0 for 4, they actually just have to give me yeah, no, this is good because they would just, if we banish this, they have to give me 1 card this way. So I'm going to activate Furnace, and we're going to go Needle, Needle, taking 2 more cards from our opponent's hand. And if this is like last game where they have 2 no blocks in their hand, then we actually win the game. Okay. Are you talking about, E1, are you talking about the turn where we could have played the Tome? I still think throwing the E-Strike was better, right? Okay. So now we leave them with 1 card. Hopefully it's a red. Hopefully they had no choice. If they have no choice but to pass, we could be in a pretty good spot here. My opponent has not said anything so far. We so back. I mean, it feels like we're back in this. Okay. You should have attacked with the 2 head jabs and then needled. So if I go head jab, my opponent gives me a card, and then they can keep a 2-card hand there, Mike, is the problem. And I wanted to take as many cards out of their hand as possible because I wanted to be able to do this. Now, it turns out that with this hand, they wouldn't have been able to do anything with 2 cards regardless, but it's still correct, in my opinion, to do that. So my opponent asked if we want a rematch after this. Sure. So if I block Coax and Furnace here, I can go Rising Resentment, and then when my opponent blocks with a 3-block, we can just play the Art of War. Wait, is that wrong? I think that's actually wrong, sorry. Is there any shot I'm supposed to play the Art of War defensively here? Man. This is tough. So double strike is literally just only for 1. So what I could do is block here. Opponent being really nice right now. We could also just play the Art of War offensively here. Now, we never know what we'll draw into, and we don't have Furnace. So this takes a card, this takes a card, and we can Arsenal this. We can also just throw the Coax and try to get him here, right? I don't know. Feels a little greedy. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to play defensive Art of War. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So if we were gonna throw the Rising and the double 1s, then it would just be the same thing as playing this, right? We can Arsenal the Art of War and then hope that if we draw 2/3 blocks for whatever they throw at us, we have the Art of War to play to try and close the game out. I think that's the best play. Yeah, I don't know. I could be crazy, but I think the best play here is to play the Rising Resentment and then to play Coax a Commotion and then Arsenal the Art of War. We'll see what we would have drawn off the Art of War here to see if it would have been better to do that. That's true. We can still play it defensively next turn cycle. That Martin makes a very good point. We still have it on defense next turn if we need it. I said, oh God, what did I say? Jesus, what did I say? Sometimes I swear I say these things and I'm like, God, what has Chad got me with now? It's also interesting, like, how good... I don't understand what my opponent's asking me here. Rising into double attack, flame would have been more with Coax inline. Would have forced 2 cards, or I'm just overthinking the game here. As you didn't use it this game. Oh, he's talking about the Phoenix Flame. So my opponent's saying that I could have went Rising like I did, and then I could have pitched something to get the Phoenix Flame here, and then I could have So the question is, do I want a Quicken token here? I don't think so, right? I don't think I really want to draw a card or gain a life. I think I just want to leave this where it is. Just as a 0 for 4. We're going to Arsenal this. Okay, so if I play Art of War pitching Ronin Renegade here, then my hand is... I banish this, and then I have 3 cards, and I give 2 cards here, because I pitched 1, banished 1, pitch 1, banish this, have 4 cards, block with 2 cards, and I get to have 2 cards left over that if one's a breakpoint, I can use to... We're going to go buff and banish. We're going to banish Ride the Tailwind. Drawing the Tome is a little awkward. I think we have to block like this. Keeping the Snatch is probably the best thing here. Yeah, no, he's saying that like the double attack into Coax wouldn't have killed 1 more card. It was for 1 and 1. I don't think would have killed another card there. It would have been 1 and 1. The only way that we keeping the double strike wins the game is if we attack for 1 and he doesn't block. I think we're going to keep the Snatch and try to get value here. Yeah, he's saying if I would have attacked with 2 of the things and then with the double strike and then would have played the Coax, it would have killed 1 more card. We took... Oh, I guess it would have... He would have went to 1. So it would have actually taken one more card. So he is my opponent is correct. I see what my opponent's saying now. So Brand for 3. Yeah, because the Cokes would have just been one more point. So it actually would have, yeah. It seems so bad. I mean, I think it seems pretty cool. I think it's fun. I think there's a lot of things that we could be doing are better than Fi, but Royal Fi is pretty cool in my opinion. All this testing to see how to win with Victor and Blitz, LOL. Oh, I said the same thing while you were typing. I got you, Martin. Well, I would... Like, I know that we have a lot of, like... Oh, wow, he took the one card he couldn't take here, so now we're probably just dead. Yeah. Unfortunate. So, it takes an extra card, and then I did have a 3-block, so I would have been able to go 3-block, play Tome, play Art of War, and win on the following turn if I had still arsenaled the Art of War. Yeah. I still think I'm supposed to go second, right? I don't know. I think I'm supposed to go second, but yeah. But playing the double strike would have probably gotten us there. Zen is the best deck in the format in Blitz. I mean, yeah, you need to be playing you need to be playing Zen, or you need to be playing something that targets Zen if you're going to like a larger scale tournament, in my opinion. This is just strictly for fun and for testing purposes. Well, this hand blocks pretty well. I'm also curious about playing Aspect of Tiger Body. It seems like a pretty free card, though. How to target Zen? I mean, if you want to target Zen, in my opinion, you play something like you would play something like Victor or Prism. It's impossible. The deck does 30 plus in one turn, 90% of the games. I mean, I'm not saying that it's easy to beat. I'm saying that there are things that are better into it than like new, or I don't know, like it's different. A lot of decks that like that can pressure it in CC can't do it in Blitz, and there are decks that still have good matchups. Like, okay, that's bad for us. So they did. Jesus. All right. And what do they finally rip into? A Smash Instinct? I mean, feels pretty good to me, all things considered. But yeah, there are definitely like decks that, like, in my opinion, like have better matchups into it. Prism and Victor are two of those decks in my opinion. Zen does brick, but I wouldn't bet on that often enough. Bravo smashes Zen? Okay, whoa, that's a bold statement. I like where we're at there, Mark. Beat Zen with another Zen and draw your 6 bonds faster. Cuckoo, yeah. When am I going to be a mod? And when are you going to allow me to mod Trents once I have become a mod? Oh. All right, let's you know what? This is something I have never really figured out. So let's look at it and see if I can. I Googled how to run a poll on YouTube the other day because I honestly don't know. I've never done it before. I don't know. I would like to like this, like, it's one of those weird things, but like when I stream on YouTube, I know how to do like a lot of the back end stuff. I mean, okay, yeah. Not much we can do here. Plus our hand has like no go again in it, so this hand is like pretty abysmal. This hand's not that bad, actually. It turned out to be pretty okay, I think. Hey, what's up, Ash? I'm so happy skirmish now includes LL, so I don't have to play Blitz. Yeah, our only skirmish is Blitz. So is Carly learning the horse on stream this weekend? I mean, yeah, that was definitely a turn of great reason to be like, here's why you play Rhinar in the 20. Here's why you play Rhinar in the 20 life format. Okay. I am very surprised to see that, to be honest. I assume they're banking they can just kill me here. So we'll just throw the sensor here. Sorry, so I looked up last night how to... run a poll on YouTube because I never have, and like I can't figure out how to get to where it told me to run the poll. We're probably just dead here, by the way. Yep. We can go to 4, I suppose. Coming from very successful chess games, finally getting my lost elo back. Dude, that's awesome, Ash. I mean, we're going to go to 1. This is one of those games that definitely feels like we have yet to play a turn. And like our opponent has had 2 like very good Rhinar turns. But to be fair, like this is why you set up Rhinar and play it like this. I mean, yeah, joke's on him because he made the Arsenal decision for us. I like that attitude. There's just never a world where we ever get to keep a card again. Oh. So he's going to intimidate 3 cards from me? I mean, yeah. As far as like getting high rolled by like a Wraith hero, that's pretty much at the top of the list there. That was insane. We got rolled there. Like, so we should have won the first game probably. And then the second game I threw, like, I don't know that we could have won that game, to be honest, but either way. Okay, how on God's earth? Hey, GG Florian. Dude, that second game, you rolled me, brother. I think the first game I would have won if I'd have taken the line that you talked about, but I think that, like, I don't know that I could have won the second game. Yo, let's go. Troll, gifting out 1 sub on Twitch. Brother, let's go. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, man. It means a whole lot. Also, that helps us reach our sub goal. Let's go. Of 10 subs. Thanks, Troll. I really appreciate that, brother. I saw the other Alpha Rampage with the op 2. Oh, with the Eye of Ophidia. I mean, yeah, that was like kind of insane. I would like to figure out how to get to this. It's like I have to go live on YouTube to be able to like see this and run a poll. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out before we play the next one here. I'm gonna throw the deck list in there, but like there has to be a way to do this when you're streaming on a different... Boom. Just let me manage the live streams that I have. Here we go. Please go away. Oh, here's like how you even like insert ad breaks and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never been in this thing before. Engage with your audience. Here we go. Start a poll. Should Carly learn Flesh and Blood? All right, we're going to run the same poll on Twitch. Create new poll. Should Carly learn Flesh and Blood? Yes. No. What? Nothing. We're fine, chat. Carly's playing Zelda. She's fine.
You don't talk very quiet.
Can you believe that she said I'm not quiet? I assume you guys can hear Carly yelling from the other room. Guys, like all of this is like kind of funny, but like if Carly doesn't want to learn to play Flesh and Blood, I'm not gonna make her. Like, let's just clarify here real quick. But I would like to know if you guys want to see it or not. Caleb said making us so proud. I love the unwavering support here. Listen, Carly, the people want what they want.
And what do the people want?
They want you to play Flesh and Blood.
Are there any no's?
I don't know if anybody said no.
Freaking
I don't know.
no. You love
I
to
taught my
see-
wife she likes playing Zen. Let's go, Jonathan. Hey, also Matt and Joga, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. I think let's block 5. Like if it's just a nick, it's just a nick. It's if they happen to gain some life here, just kind of a feels bad. Not much we can really do about it here. Would love an IRL game between you two. So if we talk Carly to play, like we could probably talk her into like playing on Monday nights when we do in paper games. Maybe, I don't know. You guys would have to talk to her about that. I don't know. Carly may hate Flesh and Blood. It's interesting because like she played Magic and like I taught her how to play Boggles and she enjoyed it because it was like, oh, here's my dude. I'm gonna do my thing, like, you know, kind of thing, and she really enjoyed it. I mean, I guess we're just supposed to block here, right? Even if it's unfortunate that we take one. If she wants to learn it, enjoys it, then let it be. I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes you just get to do the thing, right? So let's go buff and banish. So I mean, yeah, this is looking pretty good. We get to activate Furnace. This is going to be Ronin for 4. So we get to have a pretty good turn here to start the game. Feels like a pretty good start to this game here. Lost the match in Blitz against Zen. He dealt 45 damage in a turn. I mean, yeah, like that is a thing that Zen does sometimes. That is the thing that Zen does more often than I think we want him to be honest. We had 16 votes, Carly. 87% of chat said yes, you should play. You should learn Flesh and Blood. What'd you say? She just said interesting. She doesn't sound amused. Oh, we're going to go Brand for 4. Since Brand is going to turn our double strike into a draconic attack, making our 5/3, means we can throw both of the needles here at the end of the chain, depending on what our opponent's hand looks like. They'll probably take some damage if I had to guess here. So double strike for 2. And then the next double strike's going to be for 3 off the back of Tiger Stripe Shuko. Have to say, it's a lot of fun playing Fi again. Even if we are 1 and 2, I am enjoying playing Fi. Like just playing the Draconic like ninja, I don't know. Like Fi is just one of those heroes I thoroughly enjoy. He's a lot of fun to me in general. Okay. Taking some more damage here. We're going to go double strike for 3. Yep. And then the Phoenix Flame is going to be for free, and it is going to be for 2. We could Arsenal the Phoenix Flame, but I don't think so. We'll throw a Needle here, and we'll see if they give us a card or not. I think them just giving me that is a huge W, because it means we can throw the other shred. Or I'm sorry, we can throw the other Needle here. Man, his hand's pretty good. His hand does some things. No reaction, please. I was like, okay. I don't understand why you'd activate Mask, but I assume they have something else here. All right, and then we get to cash in, destroying the gold. And, I mean, this feels pretty good. And then we get to go Coax, snap into Coax here. We have a long way to go before we actually win this game. I'm going to throw the brand here because it looks like we're going to follow up with something that's not going to be a Draconic attack. Rising Resentment for 3 go again. Looks pretty relevant. All right, I'm going to read this off so everyone can see it. Guys, it's me, Drew McBolton Broham, your Season 1 Talishar Tourney champion. I have brought plenty of popular policies upon this chat and this community with every chatter in mind. The Talishar Tourneys, my idea. The beloved hot dog topping questions, also me. I would like your support in these coming months to try and become mod. If you love having fun and love hot dogs, vocalize your want for being me a mod in chat. Thank you, chat, and keep being amazing. Man. Drew needs to run for political office, because let me tell you, that was great. I mean, that was great. I listen, I enjoyed every second of that. You guys, now that I have discovered the secrets of polls on YouTube, you guys want to run a poll to see if Drew should be mod or not? We'll take chat's vote. How's everyone feel about running that poll? You know what? We're gonna run that poll after this game. We're gonna see if how everyone feels about Drew being mod. I am gonna snap since they blocked like that. It tells me that they probably don't have a defense reaction, and throwing Coax could be pretty good for us. Okay. Now we have to decide what we want to do here, right? Because they are going to 1. Probably just draw a card, right? Like we could draw a card and try to arsenal something. We also give them a card, but I mean, that's fine. We can arsenal the Censor, and if it's good, it's good. But if it's not, then it's fine. Was really hoping to draw a Hurl there. Oh my gosh, let's go. Drew gifting a sub to Valk right after he says, I vote yes. Man. Drew knows it. Like, man, Drew, like, oh, I love it. I love the unwavering support here. I think we're going to take 3 and just let him play the top card of our deck here, to be honest. He said, this man deserves the mod. I love it. I love it. Razor's Edge and Mask of Perdition. Does he get to play both cards here off Infiltrate? Or is it's just the Mounting Anger? Okay, that's fine. I mean, Dagger into Mounting Anger doesn't really scare me, to be honest. Pay 2. They have to pay for it, right? I was like, they have to pitch your card here to play it, I'm pretty sure. Flattery and bribery will get you everywhere with me. I mean, I think flattery and bribery will get you pretty much anywhere in life, right? So I'm going to say no blocks here. My opponent just said good game. I'm not going to say good game yet. I think that's pretty bad BM before like anything's really happened here. I'm not a big fan of stuff like that. So we can go double strike, double strike. I mean, I think we definitely close the game here. This takes a card. It takes a card on the next one. And we have the option of going E-Strike, putting cash in on the bottom for go again, into pitch sensor to play sensor from Arsenal. Or we could go needle into E-Strike here. I think saving the needles, technically saving them for another turn, I think is a better play. I think that's a safer play. And then we throw the 5 to get the good game, to get the game there. And all right, so we had a really hot start against Arachne, and we were able to close that one out. The sad part is, like, we did our thing, and it was still only 15.5 across 4 turns. Like, you're kind of, like, I feel like we're really seeing, like, how, like, almost outdated Zen is tonight, if I'm being honest. My opponent here clearly avoids putting out hot dog toppings. We all know hot dog toppings are critical to the entry questionnaire. Talistar tournaments, never played one. But I watch while wearing a headband and a hot dog in the other end. The aggro blaze way. If you vote for me, I will continue to lurk and only play Rock Rhinar. I love the mod competition. This is amazing. I absolutely love that this is like turning into a whole thing here. All right, so let's see here. Let's oh, one of the chats isn't connected. YouTube's not connected. I was wondering why it was being so quiet. All right. Should Drew become a mod? Yes or no? All right. We're running that poll. Let's throw it up on Twitch and we'll get it going here. New poll. Should Drew become a mod? And we're going to go yes or no. And we'll get 3 minutes going on the votes so everybody can like cast their votes here. So we can tell Drew that the tribe has spoken. Why is only 2/3? Why is YouTube not connecting? I feel like, I mean, like, there's quite a few messages not coming through here, and it's like, it's kind of frustrating to not be able to see everything here. Opened YouTube so I could vote twice, my man. All right, so we're 2-2 on Royal 5. We lost twice to Rhinar. We probably would have beat the Briar round 1, even though they conceded, so I'm going to put it down as a win regardless. Yo, let's go. Drew gifting one to Keaton. He's saying he's even willing to be gracious to his enemies. I love it. I guess I don't know if we want to go first or second in these matchups. I truly don't. I assume we want to go second here. Why is YouTube chat not connecting? Is it because I have it open here? Oh, my opponent's also playing Royal Fi. But it is a non...
With a Planet Fitness Black card, you don't just get a great...
It's not what I wanted. Thank you for the ad to my own video. Our opponent just passes. Right now, I'm trying to build a name counter Azalea deck. How is that going? Brad said I still voted yes, though. Can't trust Bolton players, but I still voted yes. So let's go. I think this turn's worth just kind of like throwing the house here. We can go double strike, 100 wins, coax into snatch. Really try to apply some pressure here. The one problem with a build like this is that if you don't draw your power cards, you're just kind of playing like a weird deck. Yo, what is happening? Oh my gosh. And Drew gifted a sub to Simplify. Dude, Drew's really petitioning here. The Drew pack has spoken. I will step down. I mean, I gotta say, like, Drew is showing right now why he's the man for the community. Like, straight up showing why he's the man for the community here. So I'm terrified to go draw a card because they kept everything, but I think I want to, right? Like, we're gonna go draw a card and Quicken Token. And then this is 4 go again. They're gonna give us both pieces of equipment. And then I think I'm just gonna Arsenal the Brand and try to set up for next turn, right? We pushed 10 points there to try and get ourselves an advantage. And now we're just gonna try and hang on. Why is YouTube chat not connecting? God, that's very frustrating. I hate that it's not doing that correctly. Hey, what's up, Trent? Drew is Mr. Moneybags. Oh, I'm surprised that he's playing... Ooh, I wonder if he's playing regular Fi and just playing Crown for cash in and not playing Tome of the Imperial Flame. Feels like it could be a real option, right? So our hand would be Brand. Pitch this for Mounting Anger. Hang on, we have to think about this for a second. So I would go Mounting Anger. I would pitch Take the Tempo to play Mounting Anger. I would play Brand. Pitch E-Strike to activate Furnace. Throw a Needle. I would have 2 floating. I would go Needle, Needle, Lava Burst if I keep this hand. Plus, I'm probably building Bolton soon. So you gotta kind of concede there that, like, Bolton might not be that bad if you're gonna play it, right? I just wanted to make big hydrates cheap again. Point inflation is a topic worth addressing. I'm sure Drew will put that on his docket of things to talk about. I have no doubt that he will. I am indeed wearing pants. If I have to, I will stand up, but I am wearing pants. Can confirm. Phoenix Flame for 2 because of Spreading Flames. This is turning into quite the turn here from our opponent. I feel like this could be a relevant on hit, right? Like, Rising Resentment could have been a very, very relevant on hit right there. Something to think about. The charge mechanic is very clunky. I do agree with that statement. Like, as a whole, I do think that it is a very clunky thing to try and fight around. I shouldn't be wearing pants. I mean, people have said that. People have said that, like, it's weird that, like, I'm always, like, fully dressed, like, when I'm at home. Like, so, and honestly, this is, like, one of those, like, weird things, like, I don't talk about very often, but, like, even when I'm not on camera, like when I'm just sitting here playing video games, I'm wearing like khaki shorts and like this, like a Hawaiian shirt. I'm pretty much like always dressed in like normal clothes. Carly thinks it's abysmal. Drew said he was going to get me a Kano Marvel if I voted. I have the emails. This is getting so out of hand so quickly. I love how like far down the rabbit hole we have gone here. Wow. They actually managed to put 20 points on the chain. So this is just 6 go again. So what does our hand look like if I keep this? If I block 3... Gonna be honest, I was not expecting to have to block here. I mean, they can't put 3 Phoenix Flames on the chain. There's only 2 allowed in their deck. So we block, take the tempo. And then we go Brand with Cinderclaw. Am I better off just to block 6 here? And just throw 7 back at them? I could block Take the Tempo and Lava Burst, and then I could go Brand into E-Strike draw card. Feels like a pretty okay turn here. The aim counter mechanic is like more clunky than I think people realize, to be honest. I actually do agree with that. Like it is a little awkward, in my opinion. Am I Hawaiian? No, I'm not Hawaiian. I'm also always fully dressed, but I'm autistic. I mean, I'm just saying nobody said that I'm not autistic, so there is that. I think we're just going to draw a card here. The fact that my opponent's able to keep 4 cards means we're probably going to have to block with like 3 cards here if I had to guess, but... So the best hand that I can keep probably involves me... God, the Hurl just... Oh, man, we almost get there, right? Or I'm sorry, the Hurl almost gets us there. Like, it almost gets us there. My wife makes fun of me because I won't go in public with sweatpants or gym shorts. Okay, so I like to wear shorts out, right? But a never nude? I didn't even know that was a thing, Zach. That's hilarious. I mean, I do like to wear gym shorts, right? Like, I do like to wear gym shorts, but I understand, like, where you're coming from. Like, I feel like the sentiment's the same, right? Are we going to get chat this time around? No, it's just not working. I don't know why YouTube is being so difficult today. So my opponent is playing Tome of the Imperial Flame. Interesting. I have to be in jeans or cargo shorts before I go out in public. I mean, hey man, no shame.
Yeah, never knew this. The guy is Tobias from Arrested Development.
Tobias from Arrested Development?
Yeah, he wears like the jean shorts to shower. He's a never nude.
Oh, all right. Carly knows what you're talking about, Zach. I do not. So I apologize. Also, guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me on a Tuesday night. If I'm able to keep 2 cards, we can do pretty well here. But I don't think I'm going to be able to, right? Rising Resentment has no effect. It would make something cost 0, cost 1 less. Something that costs 0 costs 1 less, so like it has no effect here. The Phoenix Flame is for 1. I mean, I think this is where we go to 1, right? They activate Phi. We give the Hurl, and we're hoping that their last card. Oh, Jesus. Tome of Firebrand could be a cool card to play, right? And then that just kills us, right? Because even if they don't have anything to attack us with, yeah. That's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that our turn just wasn't good enough to get anything going there. Like, so our opponent saw Tome of the Imperial Flame and a Tome of Firebrand. Gonna be honest, Tome of Firebrand was not something I was thinking about playing. I'm also interested that they're playing blues in their deck. Like, I don't know how I feel about playing any number of blues with Tome of the Imperial Flame. Feels wrong. Like, it feels bad, but I could just be wrong, right? I don't know. Like, I could openly just be wrong. Your Twitter links don't work? You want to play Belittle and Emberblade? You want to play Belittle to, like, you want to play, like, Belittle Minnowism or something like that? Yeah, that could be good. You could talk me into that. You know, that's not, like, much of a reach in my opinion. Let's see. Huh. That's weird. Oh, it's because I changed my name to Agroblaze 96 instead of Agroblaze is why it doesn't work. Now I just have to remember how to change it. Sorry, man. I did not realize that that was... Okay, well... This is the link to my actual Twitter. Sorry about that, man. Sorry it wasn't working. I'll have to get that fixed after the stream. I mean, Spreading Flames is a great power card. I do agree. Spreading Flames is very good. I mean, let's talk about how we could change the deck if you guys are interested in changing it. Like, let's talk about how we can change it and what's going on. Tome is good, but not perfect. Oh, hey! Haas, I didn't realize we just played right there. Brad, 43 viewers and only 13 likes. Come on, people. Royal Fi is such a lore contradiction. He would never wear that helmet. I do agree with that, Matt. I do agree with that. I think you misspelled Agroblaze 69. Get out of here, Trent. 4 to 6 blues is interesting, right? I mean, you don't... Like, I don't know what we would cut and try it for, right? Like, if you want to play blues, we're probably going to cut... Because I'm on, like, a lot of, like, I'm on a lot of cards... I'm on a lot of cards that aren't Draconic, right? You jump through too many hoops for the book to be playable. Oh, I mean, yeah, like, this is just a for fun deck, Holden, like, 100%, buddy. Like, this deck is, like, I would not call this, like, the best deck ever. Not sure you should add Spreading Flames. You don't have that much Draconic in your deck. Yeah, no, we'd have to, like, change the entire deck, I think, if we were going to, like, add Spreading Flames. So it'd probably be, like, cut Coax of Commotion, cut Censor, and you could add in Spreading Flames and Flame Call Awakenings. And then you probably cut... Take the Tempo and Hurls, add in the Phoenix Flame, and you would add in like 2 blues right there, and then you'd probably cut Aspect of Tiger Body and add in another Draconic blue that you could play. I don't know, that doesn't seem that bad to me. Like, you could make a few changes and like try to make this like way more playable, I think. Like, maybe it's better because, like, this version of what I put together is, like, definitely, I'm not going to say the end all be all. Let's try it like that. Like, you just never know what might work, right? Flame Call Awakening. We want to add Spreading Flames. We have to cut Coax. We have to cut Censors. We need to add in some number of blues. So we're probably looking to cut... Aspect of Tiger Body. And I'm probably looking to cut 100 Winds and leave in the Hurl because I really want to be able to flick those at him, right? Ride the Tailwind, 100 Winds, and Hurl. Yeah. Let's look at blue draconic cards. Brand's probably good enough, I would guess. We probably want to play Lava Vein Loyalty because it works. It's a 3-block. Add in Brand. And then that, like, satisfies our 4 blues. And then I'm not sure what other draconic cards we're missing that we could be playing that could be good here. Like, we have a lot of them that I'm used to playing in. This kind of seems like a trap here. Tome is an interesting one. Tome gets my attention pretty quickly. Like, Tome of Firebrand gets my attention pretty quickly. We're now on 8 cards that are not red currently looking at this. There are any cool events happening near you guys? I have the itch to play, but there's nothing over here still. So we just had a case tournament like 2 weekends ago. There is a skirmish coming up, if you consider that interesting. I don't know how interesting you consider that, but there is a case tournament coming up. I don't know what else we'd cut without adding in something else. You know what we could play? I can't remember what it's called, but we could play Breaking Point. Like, it's a good 1-for-5 Draconic card. Like, we could cut Ride the Tailwind and play Breaking Point. Seems pretty good to me. Inflame could randomly be a card. Maybe Phoenix Form is just better because it's Draconic. So maybe we're just supposed to cut the Hurls and play that. I don't know. The card kind of feels like a trap to me. Yeah, so I like that. I like Belittle Minnowism. And then we play 1 blue Minnowism. Just to, like, kind of work as resources, and we can cut 1 of these to play 4 blues this way. And now if we're going to add that in, we need to cut 2 cards. Maybe this is where we cut the Breaking Points. No, we cut the Phoenix Forms, I think. I don't know. Let's try this. I'm just kind of like, with the Royal Fi deck, like, there's obviously just better things we could be playing. So we're kind of just, like, throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. This could be something fun to play for skirmish season. Like, I could be talked into playing something like this. It is Blitz. It is Blitz. It is not LL. Holden. Hey, it's Caleb. What's up, dude? He said, got the snipe. I love it. All right, well, we're going to hope we don't just, like, die like we did last time. We pretty much just, like, died out of nowhere last time, so we're going to try and, you know, not do that this game. Is a mod or it's YouTube, man. I've tried to set up YouTube to where it works the way I want it to multiple times, and it just never will. It's YouTube, brother. It's not a mod. YouTube is tough. If you wanna post your deck list, you can throw it in the Discord if you'd like to join the Discord. Oh, it's Dominate. So we're going to block with one of the Lava Bursts here. Kalen pushing a few points here to start the game out. So we can pitch Double Strike and Lava Burst. Go Ronin, Rising, Fi into Breaking Point. I think that's the play we're looking to make here. And then if the Rising hits and we're able to banish the Breaking Point, then even better. Because it means we can banish it from our hand. We banish this to make it cost 1 less. And then we get to activate Phi. Come in for 1. Then we can throw a Needle, and then we can throw Breaking Point. Because it's going to cost 0 here. Actually, that's just better. Sorry, Caleb. We activate Furnace. Good call, Trent. We get to activate Furnace to throw both of our Needles. I was like, I'm curious to know if Caleb will block the Needles out, or if not, chooses to let the Needles come through, and then we throw Breaking Point for 5. I think Caleb knows that he needs to block this here, kind of being like a pseudo Command and Conquer effect. Okay, that's terrifying that Caleb like literally just said no blocks there. Okay. This could be bad. Everybody strap in, boys. Did you see the new Rhinar card revealed for Rosetta? I did see that, Keaton. I did see that, and it looks really cool. I mean, I think we're going to go to 13. Hope we're not dead here. What kind of sleeves do you use, by the way? What do you mean, Drew? Like, do you mean, like, what kind of sleeves do I use IRL? Is that what you mean, buddy? I guess we'll go to 10. I'm not a huge fan of it, but hopefully tear limb from limb isn't, God almighty, isn't too bad. We'd have to go to 2 to do this, but I don't know that there's a world we can, like, do anything else here. We have to take 8 and fall to 2, but I think the cash-in's the only play we have, right? Like, there's not else much we're doing without it. And we get to go get a blue Minnowism. God, I forgot how good this feels. Forgot how good this feels, boys. I won't lie to y'all. This feels like we're living a dream right now. So we have played a red card, which means we get to throw this. We're going to throw a Needle and see if Kalem blocks. Okay, so Kalem does block. That's going to get checked at the end of the turn and get got. We are going to go Flame Call Awakening. Get a Phoenix Flame out of our deck. We're going to throw the Phoenix Flame for 1. And then I have the ability to either block, like throw the Needle here, or activate Phi to get back, or activate Phi to get back another Phoenix Flame, and we could choose to Arsenal it. I think I'd rather throw the Needle here. I think throwing the Needle is just better. Caitlin's probably just supposed to go to 6 there, but it probably just doesn't matter. Like, we're probably just dead no matter what. God. And he intimidates the 3 block. It's unfortunate. Would have liked for him to intimidated a would have liked for him to intimidated a like the snatch or something to potentially throw an on-hit effect. Jesus, this is terrible, boys. I got the heavy play curve sleeves and love everything about them except for the fact that they're not matte. I've heard a lot of good things about the heavy play stuff, if that's what you mean. Like, I have heard a lot of good stuff about heavy play products in general, that they do, that they make really good quality stuff. I think I'm supposed to play the Art of War there, probably, but I definitely wasn't paying attention. Okay, so we're going to play Art of War. We're going to go buff and defend from Arsenal. Because it doesn't matter, right? He's just taking all of our cards and we're dead here. This intimidates a card out of our hand. And then this intimidates again. And then we get the block for 4 and take down and die. I mean, this matchup feels abysmal. Like, I don't know how we're ever supposed to beat this. Like, we've played this 3 times tonight and we've lost every game against it. And, like, not to Not to be that guy or anything, but like we're losing to Rhinar. Like we're not even like losing to Zin like running us over in like 2 turns or something crazy. We're losing to Rhinar. All right, we're gonna play one more Fi game since we changed the deck, and we're gonna see how it feels, and then we're gonna take a small break, and then we're gonna play Enigma. I'm gonna fill up. We got a big hydrate here for Keaton. So we're gonna get some water going so we can get a big hydrate going for Keaton. Joys of having my water bottle right beside me. Gonna be honest, I thought we'd be a little bit better than 2 and 4, if I'm just being real. Let's mute this. Wonder why it's just pulling this up here. I don't want that to happen. Oh, Caleb, please don't apologize, man. Don't be sorry at all, brother. You should never be sorry for winning, man. That was just a tough... It feels like a tough matchup for Fi. Just feels like you keep taking my... God. Keep taking my whole hand, and I can't really do much without it. But yeah, it was a good game for sure, man. I mean, yeah, take my cards. Like, the fact that, like, you have the 10 armor is what's killing me, right? Also, I don't know why YouTube is, like, having a problem connecting to the chat. It's, like, driving me nuts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's Trent. And we're gonna get absolutely destroyed. All right, excellent connection. That's what it says, but for some reason the chat's not connecting. You think Sash should have been banned in Blitz? I mean, to be honest, like, that's pretty fair. I don't hate that. I honestly don't hate that. We're gonna run our turnout. We're just gonna block 7 here. We don't really want to take any damage. I also don't know how we're gonna win this matchup. Because we don't have anything besides needles, and Trent's going to absolutely abuse us for running needles right here. Like, absolutely abuse us. This is going to be rough. This is going to be a tough one. I mean, we could just play the Art of War. I think I want to Arsenal it, though. Like, we need to Arsenal this, right? And especially since he just pitched a Command and Conquer. I read that wrong. It's an excellent non-chat connection. I mean, that's fair. Definitely seems that way. I guess we'll lead here. I mean, this is like the only obvious play that we have. Man, it feels so bad to just... I don't want to give up Needle. I know that, like, that's kind of, like, crazy here, but I don't want to give up Needle. And this is, like, this is the hand we're looking for. We're going to take 2, and we're going to try to make it happen here, because I think this is what we got to put together. Yeah, we want to pitch 2 red cards. We're going to pitch both the Mounting Angers, I think. We're going to play the cash in. Drawing the Minnowism is a little awkward. I mean, we're probably just going to banish the Belittle because the Rising Resentment has more value now. And we draw, like, the worst cards ever. So I guess we're just going to play the other cash in, right? Like, I think we don't really have much of a choice. Now, this hand turns out to be not that bad when we put it all together like this. If you ever get the curved sleeves, get the soft inners, okay? That's something good to keep in mind. And then we have Phoenix Flame. Yep, Crack Balance for 3. One from itself, one from Spreading Flames, one from Art of War. And then we're going to throw Rising Resentment for 4. This was a pretty weird turn, but we had to use every card. Fi is rebelling against you. It definitely feels that way. Fi is not going our way tonight. Activate Fi. Now this one's going to be for 4 because of Shuko. And then this one's going to be for 5. So, I mean, to be fair, like, we had a great turn, but we spent most of our wills trying to put that turn together. And Trent still got 4 cards. Like, we did put him down to 9, but Trent's got 4 cards here. I think we just have to block 6 here. Try to keep it together as much as we can. We're going to go Brand into Double Strike, activate Fi, Needle, because I think that's what we have to do, to be honest. I think that's just where we have to be, is just putting something together. The hard inners are really nice, but they're too stiff. I bet one of my CNCs just trying to get it. Oh, see, that stresses me out. Like, the thought of, like, bending, like, one of my foil CNCs, like, makes me, like, we are gonna go Double Strike. Clearly, Trent has a hand he would like to keep. We've also not drawn a hand that, like, wants to use snaps yet, which is really weird. I did not mean to pass right there. I would like to throw the needles because, like, I think if Trent wants to give me 2 cards here, I'm okay with that. I think I want Trent to give me 2 cards, but he probably also wants to give me 2 cards and he wants to throw a Spinal Crush at me, so... And he's got a lot of his equipment left, and we basically have none. I mean, I think we have to take this, right? There's no choice. We have to take this here. I don't know that there's ever a world that we're going to get a better hand than this. At the Pink Pony Club, I'm going to keep on dancing in West Hollywood. I've been listening to Chapel Roan lately, and, like, I listen. Trent also hasn't drawn a Trounce or a Test of Strength. Oh, there it is. Yep. We're going to go Flame Call Awakening, which doesn't get anything because we already have both of them out of our deck. He blocks with a Pulverize. We activate Fi. Throw this for 1. Trent falls down to 4. And then we're going to throw a Breaking Point at him for 5. Trying to get value out of our 1 for 5s here. Just trying to do anything we can to put Trent on the back foot at this point. Oh, he's 1 short. You gonna crack that other gold? Oh, no. Is it Defensive Art of War or I'm dead? Yikes. Drawing Art of War just in time to, you know, not die is pretty bad. So we're gonna go draw a card. It's like, 'cause there's a pretty decent chance we can draw something to throw at him here, right? Betsy gameplay win. Somebody was telling me about this like cool Betsy deck earlier. Oh, and he has no gold to reclash. That apparently Betsy was like beating up on Zen. Is something that's been happening. The only problem is that like we're now at 1, and Trent's at a spot where he can just throw Titan's Fist for the rest of the game and just get us that way, right? Do you have a system for organizing your Flesh and Blood cards? I do, actually. My system for organizing my Flesh and Blood cards is that I have 1,500 count boxes that I use. I break them down by set, and I break them down by color. So in a box, when you open it, I have tabs that divide them by colors. Man, Trent's getting very unlucky with these clashes, but it is working out for me. So it's blue card, like so for Mistvale, right? It's blue cards, tab, yellow cards, tab, red cards, tab, rares, blue, yellow, red, and then tab foils. All of the foils go in one section. That is how I organize. That is how I organize my cards. I mean, we're just going to get fatigued here, but, you know, we're doing what we can. We're putting on the best show we can. Oh, no. I ripped my 2 blues. And then I draw the last 3 cards in my deck. It's crazy how fast this deck just gets fatigued. And then Pumle kills me. We're just dead here. Man, this is tough. Like, it's funny because, like, I really enjoy this deck and I like playing it, but God, it's so bad, dude. Like, Royal Fi has just not felt like it at all tonight. I don't know. Do you end up having multiple playsets of specific cards? Sounds like you have playsets of every card at least. So there are a lot of cards that I have like multiple sets of, like I buy a case of every set, right? So I do get a lot of cards. But I don't have every card in the game by any means, no. Congrats on the wedding. Yo, Adam, let's go. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, buddy. I'm very excited to get married on Thursday, man. I played that so sloppy too. Oh, dude, it's all good. I knew that playing the Fi deck was going to be like rough tonight, right? Like I knew that it was going to be rough. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we're going to take a small break. When I come back, we're going to be playing Enigma New Moon, the list that won the Talistar tournament. So hopefully we can turn that 2-5 into a much better record. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, short break, and we are back. So we're gonna pull up Enigma New Moon here, and we're gonna play. I named it New Moon. Who dis? I thought that would be a pretty funny name. Enigma is definitely going to be a big change of pace from what we were just playing. So I'm excited to play her. I mean, she seems like she's been pretty cool. Like for just from watching Blake's games. I don't know. She seemed like pretty fun, pretty interactive so far. So I think it could be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to play. Giving Ninja a fridge was so balanced. I think Royal Fi is the same boat as Dashio since heavy hitters and on it's been power crept like crazy. Too much armor has been pumped in the game. Yeah, for something like Fi, like Royal Fi to succeed. I do agree. And I think Victor is a great example of that, right? I think we always want to go first, right? And I don't know if this is a reality refractor matchup or not. So I watched Blake play Cosmo against Guardians and Refractor against like some of the more aggro decks, like against Zen. So maybe we're supposed to try that. Not really looking to draw cards that often. Flicker Trick could be very good for us. With that in mind, we can probably cut. We probably want unmovables in the deck if I had to guess. Warmonger's Diplomacy could put in a lot of work. Cutting 10,000 Year Reunion could be okay, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we want to cut Big Blue Sky. I don't know. Let's try cutting the Reunion. I truly don't know what the best card to cut here is, but that's just kind of like what I'm guessing off of just looking at this here. Have I considered Enigma Balls? Of course I have, Robert. Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. So I can put Mirror Guy into play, but I can't transcend this turn, which is kind of sad here. I think we're supposed to pitch the Moon Chakra, though, right? Arsenal the Flicker Trick. And then this doesn't really, like, we can't attack. I don't want to pay 2, so we're just going to Arsenal the Flicker Trick. And now this hand does transcend, which is pretty good. We have to figure out how I want to flip up things and win. Finally, a real class. Martin's excited about it. Listen, I'm kind of excited to play this deck too. I really am. I think that Enigma is going to be really cool. All right, I guess Restream's just not going to work the rest of the night, so... Don't really want to use Flicker Trick here, to be honest. I mean, this hand seems okay, right? This hand seems okay. So I think what we're going to do is... I'm going to play... We're going to play Rising Sun, Setting Moon. And then... we're going to play a drop in the ocean. I don't think we want to flip just yet. We'll put the unmovable on the bottom. Seems like a lot better play for us. I mean, I guess we can just go ahead and flip over the Wave of Reality. Let's lose the Spectral Shield. And then we can lose another Spectral Shield here. We can play Spectral Manifestations and then play Shimmers and pass. Seems like not a bad turn here, I think. I think we want to lose this. Just add Spectral Shields to the board, right? I don't really know that they're doing unpreventable damage here, so... There is also a world where, I mean, I guess this doesn't have Go Again, right? Like, none of our attacks would have Go Again. So putting a Spectral Shield into play like that, and then just playing shimmers is pretty good. Setting up a board, really allowing us to try and like put the game into a good spot. Tome of Harvest is pretty good. We do have, if they don't have CMH, we do have the Flicker Trick, which is a pretty solid like place to be. Flicker Trick does a lot of good things here for us. So this is 4 go again. I'm gonna say no blocks, and I'm gonna play the Flicker Trick here. The idea here would be able to keep Big Blue Sky. If we can, if we're able to keep something. I guess we could also keep Rage Spectre in the deck, right? Like, Rage Spectre's a pretty good one to keep in the deck here. Go Big Blue Moon and Moon Chakra. Yeah, I think this is fine. Might be a world I'm just supposed to keep the Moon Chakra and Arsenal it here. Trying to stay on an Arsenal is probably not a bad idea. But I want to be able to keep my board if I can. And this feels like a hand where I might be able to keep most of it, to be honest. I think we can at least keep the manifestations. Hopefully we can keep the manifestations, but it really depends on like what they have. Okay, so the Thorn is going to clear 2 Spectral Shields. And then on the physical, we're going to block with Metamorph. And then I'm just going to throw the Manifestation Amira guy for 8. It's 5 plus the 3 counters. We're getting the 3 counters from the +1 power counters on there. And then the 5 is from Reality Refractor. And then another hand that does not transcend. Unfortunate, but that's okay. That is okay. Plunder Run from Arsenal. So both effects are active. Lose one of the Spectral Shields here. Okay. So we're going to end up taking some damage this turn. Which, I mean, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it. I don't really have any... I don't think there was any AB to present. Maybe there is, and I'm wrong. I don't think Blake has any Arcane Barrier here to actually that we can present into our opponents here. I think I'm just going to go to 13. And I'm going to play Levels and draw a card. It's not a great card to draw, but should be fine, I think. Block Skullcap and Ironweave. Okay. I mean, we've only had one turn where we can transcend. Like, we've literally only seen the 2 transcend cards. It's not even like there's been other transcend cards. We're just not drawing them. I mean, I guess we can just attack with the Shimmers if they leave it in play, right? I guess we'll flash this in. I don't know. This feels like we're like just trying to stay above board here if we can. So activate, we're going to play Shimmers and Arsenal the Tide Maw, because if we draw a Transcend card just like this, we're in a good spot. So what we're going to do is, if we flip up Ward 4, play Tide Maw, play Homage, we go to 11. So this is going to be for 1 Rune Chant. Flip up Heirloom. The 1 Rune Chant gets eaten here. We get to pitch to play the Unmovable. And then we'd be stuck arsenaling the Phantasmaclasm. Now, our opponent's probably going to play Snaps here, if I had to guess, because they had a turn that I don't think was done. Okay. It's very possible I was just wrong there, and that is okay. We're going to Arsenal the 3 for 9, which is not a bad card to have. We cannot get value here out of what we want. They reveal Gloomville, Sonata. The Spectral Shields are fine, I think, to just let them go here. Activate Grasp. So it's going to destroy the Tide Maw. Let the Heirloom eat it here. Okay. So we get to put Rage Spectre into play. We get to banish. Don't really think it matters against Briar what we banish. I think we can just banish pretty much anything we want. And then I can throw Phantasmaclasm, or I could throw this for 5. I think throwing Phantasmaclasm is just better, right? Gives us just a better chance to like try and push here. Sigil of Suffering would allow them to kill the Rage Spectre, so we're probably just going to cut. We're probably just going to take the Sigil. Now, if they draw a Blue Earth card, we're going to feel real bad, but... Or if they draw a Pauper, we're going to feel real bad. But, I mean, we have to take something, so there's no world we can even play around it. Oh, they had one in Arsenal? So this is going to be for 8 on hit draw card. Play Stir the Pot. Play Sacred Art. Flip up Diadem. So this being for 8 means we have the ability to flash this in, take the counters, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can leave this with 1 counter, and then we can make an extra Spectral Shield to block this out. Okay. We're going to say no blocks. Okay. Diadem, Spectral Shields. And then I don't think we're supposed to create a Ponder here. I don't think we're supposed to create a Ponder here. Get rid of CMH in case you let them draw blue. I mean, if they draw blue, it would have felt really bad there. Man, this has been tough. I can definitely tell I don't understand this at like a super high level. It's also sad because like the Chi's not really going to do anything. We're just trying to stay alive, which means like we're not really doing our game plan here. So if I activate Enigma... Oh, this is bad. I don't even get the Spectral Shields here. Yeah, this is real bad. I definitely did not understand that. Well, if I can put the manifestation into play, that'll be good. So this is 5 go again. I'm not a fan of this, but I think we have to. I don't know. This feels bad. Yeah. If we would have pitched for the Ponder, we'd be in a much better spot. But me not pitching for the Ponder was really bad for us. Yeah, and then we'll just block here. So this can attack as many times as he breaks the chain with it? That's insane. I did not realize that. I think we can put the Metamorph on the bottom. We get this back, and then we get to attack for 9. So they're forced to give us at least 1 card here. Wow, this is a bad hand. I think we'd be better well off if I was a better player. They've also hit 2 cards on both of these. Or no, they only hit 1? What did I miss? And I'm just dead to the Arcane. Man. I mean, this hand wasn't doing much anyway, but we're just dead to the Rune Chance here. That sucks. I definitely did not understand my role in this game early on to start the game. Like, definitely did not understand my role. Needed to, like, put together what I was doing a little bit sooner there. And could definitely feel it as we played through that game. Okay. We got a game under our belt on Enigma. Got a game under our belt on Enigma. That is okay. All right, so now I know that I only have the 3 pieces that flip into her ability. The Aqua Lapse does not work. I thought it was when you flipped the cloaked one, it just in general, you got what you wanted, but it's not the case that way. That is not the case, and that's good to know. That's good to know because we can take that and we can run with it. I can build off of that and we can make this better. Honestly, one of the biggest parts about this deck for me is going to be learning... Excuse me. I was told that we want Cosmo in this matchup. This does not feel like a Flicker Trick matchup. Probably a Respite matchup, right? Yeah, it has to have Ward to get the extra shields. I learned that the hard way. Phantasmaclasm's not great in this matchup. Like, just the 3 for 9 generally doesn't cut it. Crater Fist is interesting. I mean, you can pick up Gauntlets for basically like the same cost at this point. So I'm surprised to see anybody playing Crater Fist, to be honest. I'm going to say no blocks. We're going to play Fate for Scene, see what we can opt to the top. I mean, I guess that guarantees we can transcend, right? Not exactly a fan of this play, but leaving that on top, that feels a little awkward, but I think it like works towards the plan. It works toward the plan that we need. So I think it's okay. That's why the new boots be wild. Oh yeah, I guess the new boots are actually insane, right? So I can go Levels of Enlightenment, pitching Manifestations, Transcend. Actually, I cannot. Because I have to put an action card on the bottom. So we're going to pitch this, and we're going to name Go Again. That is, man. Why did we not play Manifestations? I guess in my head, I was hyper-focused on keeping the Transcend card, but I should have just ran out Manifestations. Would have been better. It's totally what I should have done there. Yeah, no, that would have just been better, Jody. Yeah, would have been a lot better to do that on turn 0. We get to play Preserved Tradition, putting the Levels of Enlightenment on the bottom, and then we get to play Manifestations of Mirror Guy with the 4 counters, and we get to attack for 8 here to start the game. So it could have been better if we had taken Jody's play. We would have seen 2 more cards, would have given us more options, I think. So I definitely a misstep for me at the beginning of the game there. We wouldn't have got, we could have had potential to get 2 modes, right? But there was no guarantee we would have got 2 modes if we would have played the Manifestations. So this is for 7. I mean, we're probably just supposed to block like this and then play the Moon Chakra, right? Just play the Moon Chakra and then swing that for 8 again. Just kind of feels like we're playing Protect the Queen right now. Playing Warmongers doesn't really get us where we want to be, so just attacking for 8's pretty good. Looking pretty good. Hopefully we flip something good. Block our cards and just play. I mean, we could have just played the 10k. The 10k would have been really good. I don't... God, please break your shield. I mean, if you break the shield, it's like, that's good value for us. You have to do it on the Clash of Vigor if you're going to, right? Yeah. God, please whiff again. It's like, God, it would be glorious if you whiffed again. Not likely, but it would be amazing. So we have a Sink Below on top. Playing the 10k wouldn't have been as good, right? Like, just what I'm thinking here. I could be wrong, but I feel like playing the 10k wouldn't have been as good. Yeah, they definitely... So now we're going to have to do all of that again. It's unfortunate. I mean, I guess putting Ward 10 in play, Ward 10 into play is just good value. I mean, 10k is not as good. Like, it definitely feels that way. God, why? Jesus, why can we not transcend with this deck? We can block 9. It only costs 1 to swing this, right? So we don't have to keep the blue. We can keep the Metamorph here. I mean, we could also cycle this to the bottom if we wanted to see an extra card. I think that's okay, right? Yeah, and then we can just pitch the Respite to swing with the Kamano here. The Cosmo. And we are swinging for 8. I, like, completely forgot we were running Cosmo this game. So, like, the first 2 turns, I was, like, my brain wasn't processing that we were on a different weapon. I thought we were still on Refractor, but I think this is... I think, like, Blake told me that you want to play Cosmo in this matchup. Taking quite a bit of damage there. So 3, 6. And we can banish his Golden Sun. Not a deck that it really matters against, so we banish this. Drop in the Ocean makes this 9. We're going to go ahead and activate New Moon. So if I flip Rabbit here, I create 3 Spectral Shields. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep a Spectral Shield. Seems like a better play to me. And then I can attack with Manifestations and a Spectral Shield, Arsenal Big Blue Sky on my turn. Seems like a good play here. It seems like a pretty solid line for us. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And we get to keep all of our serious power cards here. We could also flip if we wanted to here. We could just like flip Diadem. And then we could attack for 8 and then this and then have Diadem up. I kind of like having the Big Blue Sky in my arsenal though. Just putting pressure on our opponent in any way that we can seems like probably one of the best plays we can make. Giving us all of the equipment here. And we get to attack for 1. So the fact that they kept a hand like that makes me kind of happy that we're keeping the Big Blue Sky. This hand blocks like uber efficiently. Like this hand blocks very, very well here. Eight dominate. So this is 3. Honestly, we need to play the Big Blue Sky here because we need to... We play the Big Blue Sky, play Homage, transcend, activate New Moon, and then 3, 7, 8, 9, or I'm sorry, 8 from this. Yeah. So we're just gonna pass. Reactions. We're going to play Big Blue Sky. Play Homage. We're going to Transcend. We are going to activate Enigma. We're going to flip the Wave of Reality. And we're going to play Sink Below. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the Wave of Reality. We're not going to sink because we have a hand that plays how we want to. And they create the gold token, but they didn't get any mites because they had no gold previously because they had to break their shield to reclash and then they used it for a Golden Sun. So we're going to go Manifestations for 8. Just being able to play Protect Manifestations of Mirror Guy the entire game has been insane. Yep, so they take 2. We swing the Spectral Shield, and then we're going to Arsenal the Unmovable and pass here. I mean, that works for me. We'll just use that effectively next turn. There's a lot less blues in this deck than I thought they were going to be honest. I thought we were going to have more blues throughout the course of the night as this went on. I don't even want to waste this. We could block. I don't want to give up my Spectral Shields. I think we're supposed to keep them. I could flash in the Tide Maw and then play the Oasis Respite and then let this get counters and then attack multiple times and start building this up. Could be okay. Yeah, we will play Tide Maw. This is how I wish our CC match would have gone in Minneapolis. So it's interesting, Martin, because I think that like the Enigma decks get a better matchup in Blitz because there's less life total for Victor to work with. I have more of the game that I can like use my life total to like try and crawl out of the hole, right? To like put myself in like a decent position. And so I think like it's actually interesting that like it gets better for Enigma in a format with less life. I'm going to assume that with the Tide Maw, my opponent probably just is conceding here. There could be lag. They could have just not refreshed. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens here. Tide Maw has Phantasm, though. Yeah, since it has Phantasm, we do have to be a little careful here, which is why we probably won't attack with it. Like, probably ever, unless it, like, ends the game or something, right? Then we probably consider it. But short of that, we're probably just looking at, like, trying to... we're probably just trying to let it sit on the board and stack up counters. Be a threat if we need it to. Also, guys, appreciate y'all hanging out with me on a Tuesday night. Really appreciate y'all being here. Really appreciate if you guys like the stream. If you're hanging on YouTube, mean a lot. Goes a long way. Also, if you're new, hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Wherever you're hanging out at, I appreciate all the support and you guys being here. There will not be a stream on Wednesday or Thursday. I know that there's normally Thursday streams, but I'm getting married on Thursday, so I'm pumped about that. We'll be back on Saturday, and when I come back on Saturday, I'll be wearing a wedding band. Let's go. First stream with the wedding ring. All right. I'm going to assume my opponent's not here at this point in time. They're probably just not here, if I had to guess. Like, we waited a minute to, like, let them come back or do something here, so... All right. We can now turn that into a 3 and 6. Now, I know that that's, like, one of our easier matchups in this format, but still... Or it's like one of the easier matchups for our deck, but I mean, still feels good to be there. Also, I missed a big hydrate a few minutes ago, so sorry, we're going to catch up there. Yes, sir. She's putting a ring on it after all. Absolutely. Congrats to you both. Thanks, Martin. I really appreciate it, man. It means a whole lot. I'm very excited. I was like, every time I talk to Carly about it, she's like, yeah, it's fine, I guess. I don't think she heard me. That, or if she did, she's ignoring me.
What did you say?
I was talking about how you're not excited to get married.
What do you mean? I'm excited.
Hey, let's go. It's Brick. I wonder if he's playing the OTK deck. This probably feels like a reality refractor matchup if I had to guess. Flicker trick? Probably not. Respite? I would say yes. Bring in Respite. Cut. My first thought is to cut Reunion because I don't want to cut any of the blues, but maybe we cut Diplomacy. Maybe, I don't think we can cut this card either. It's like a necessary card, right? I don't know. We'll try cutting the Reunion and see what happens. I don't know how this is going to go. We still need to convince her to do a Victor stream. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Cosmo was really good. Cosmo was really good against Guardian, though, right? And I think like that's where like it's supposed to shine. I mean, we're going to play both of these and then hope that Brick's not just, like, trapping me here. Play Manifestations of Mirror Guy, pitching the Tide Maw, pitch Oasis Respite to throw Metamorph. I could also just attack for 5. We could throw the Metamorph and flash in Tide Maw. I don't like not having Go Again. Because we have to have a chi to give this Go Again, right? Dreadbore's pretty good. Dreadbore's pretty good against us, but that's okay. We still have cards that work here. Let's flash in Tide Maw. And throw a Metamorph. If Brick does have a popper, we get a lot of value here. Heading out, have a good wedding and honeymoon, and make sure to like the stream. Let's go. More. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a good night, brother. Oh, also, Reality Refractor is great against this because, like, it means none of their traps are turned on. None of Brick's traps are turned on, which is great for us. It's, like, probably as good as it gets, right? So I can block Diplomacy, pitch Phantasmaclasm to play Oasis Respite to block 7. And then I can pitch Big Blue Sky to come in for 5. There's also a world here where we might be able to like play the Clasm here, but I don't know that we want to, right? Like I think we just want to attack for 5, just using Reality Fractor as many times as we can. It's just the best play here. I think this is just the best play. Also, this is probably just a good matchup for us if I had to guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about Riptide. With Reality Refractor, it makes it okay. If you're playing Cosmo, it's pretty tough, right? Oh, actually, I don't have to have Chi to give something Go Again, do I? I can just give something Go Again by flipping, which is insane. Trench something away. Play Remembrance. I think he was trying to pitch Remembrance to activate Dreadbore. Oh, in his head he had to pitch something, but he actually doesn't. So this is for 4, right? So we're going to play Homage. Play Sacred Art. And then we go to 21 and flip this. And then we could let some Spectral Shields go here if we wanted to. I kind of want to flip the Diadem. Maybe I'm not supposed to flip Diadem here, though. We're going to make a Spectral Shield so we can keep all our ones with our counter here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Stacking up counters on the Tide Maw to try and set this up. 5 is probably an awkward breakpoint for his traps. I think so. I'm hoping that that's the case, right? That like it's just awkward enough to where we can make this work. And then we get to attack for 6. And then if he tries to play an Inertia Trap or something, we get to just literally activate Restless Coalescence in response so that it's 5 instead of 6, and we're still putting on good pressure. And of course, Blake's not here the one night I decided to play New Moon. Hilarious. Honestly, hilarious. We can attack. We cannot attack again, so there's no reason to flip and give go again here. This does not have go again, so there's no Riptide trigger. It's just blocking 3. Yeah, we'll go Chi and then Unmovable. So this is for 7. We get to just pass and play the Unmovable. Block this out, staying in a good spot. And then it's Restless Coalescence for 6 again. We're just going to keep throwing 6 like this over and over again, trying to keep the board clear here. Or I'm sorry, we're trying to keep our board pushed up and trying to keep them on the back foot here. So this triggers no matter what, right? So we're going to activate this in response. Lose the Spectral Shield. Yeah, I mean, we'll pay 2. We might as well, right? This is one of the original crew traps, I think. Why not save Transcend card and pitch 2 reds? Oh, save the drop in the ocean. So my thought was I wanted to Arsenal a Sink Below here, was my thought process, and that Moon Chakra is a good card that can be played from hand if we are able to transcend. But I guess exactly what you said is a great reason for this. Is exactly a good reason for why your plan would have been probably just better here. We're just going to play the Moon Chakra here. So it worked out in the end, but still Trent's play would have been good. I don't know how to get a read on Riptide decks. Can you explain to us if you know if this is OTK Riptide or something else? Yeah, sure, absolutely. So looking at using Trench and Bullseye Bracers tell me that this is not an OTK list. Also, Dreadbores have pretty dead giveaway. One of the best ways to know that it's an OTK list is if they're playing the new equipment. The new equipment from the Azalea deck gives go again. Some people are also running like Perch Grapplers to be able to set up this OTK list. So Perch Grapplers, you'll see in both. But you'll also be looking at Dreadbore. I'm sorry, not Dreadbore. If they're playing OTK, they won't be playing Dreadbore. They'll be playing Death Dealer as a way to like just race you and try to run you over. I hope that kind of makes sense, Martin. Like just from what I saw of the list the other day, it definitely looks like they are. I guess there's 1 damage coming through. No, but yeah. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps answer your question. What is OTK Riptide? Vito, there was an OTK Riptide deck in the Talishar tournament the other day, and it was really cool, dude. It was really cool. I was very impressed, to say the least, when I saw it. So if I block here and play the Sync, I can Sync the Respite, try to find a way to transcend and set up the manifestation. Not exactly, but still okay. Also, if we hit a blue there, we could just play this and then transcend and do some stuff, but now I guess we're just attacking. So we can attack with Restless Coalescence for 5, pitching the manifestation. We will leave the Stir the Pot in our hand in hopes that we can try to transcend next turn and set something up. Yeah, it was really cool, Vito. The deck was pretty sweet. I have to say, the deck was pretty sweet. Like seeing it played at the Talishar tourney was pretty cool. Yeah, if you get a chance to check it out, it's in the Discord. This could be block 6, play Tide Mob, play Transcend, play this and Transcend. Go again? Is there a world where I want to play Phantasmaclasm, give it Go Again with the other blue, and then try to attack? If that's the case, we can block with Metamorph. I think we're better off to try and play the Metamorph, though, right? Because even if they have a Pauper, it still works out for us. We are going to lose the Diadem. Do I want to create a Ponder? Probably not. Don't think we want to create a Ponder here. It was round 3 and 4 of the tourney that it was the feature match, and it was really cool. It was cool to see. So we're gonna go Metamorph into Fate just to block this out because we do have 2 cards that don't block. We are gonna leave this on top. We're gonna play Tide Maw. Okay. I mean, Sigil does let them reload, so it gives them like double arrow potential here. And then I'm going to play Stir the Pot to Transcend. And then I think we're just going to activate New Moon, right? Like, I think we're okay to just activate New Moon and try to like stack up a little bit of a board here. We can flip over the Rabbit. And then we can just pass because nothing's free here. So we're just going to have to pass, which is fine. Like, this is perfectly okay. Block Rage Spectre and let Rabbit soak the 4 here. Could be pretty good. If we play Rage Spectre and Rabbit soaks the 4, we get to keep our board, and then our turn is pitch Respite and Coalescence here. We could also just let these die, and then we could pitch to attack, and then give Go Again, and then attack with the other Tide Maw. It would have Phantasm, but I think that's okay, right? We're giving up a lot of board, but no, we're supposed to block here, I think. I think the way we're playing it out. I think the way we're playing it out is correct. This matchup seems really unfavorable to them. They just seem too slow. I mean, yeah, the way that this game has played out has definitely been what I would definitely say unfavorable for them. Now, normally in CC, I think that they do get some value out of like being able to just like ping you to death and you're playing Cosmo. But when you have the refractor to just like attack over and over and over again like this, the consistency is just unreal from your deck. There's so much consistency and so much value that you can get over the course of the game. Lose a Spectral Shield. We will pay 1. I mean, there's no reason not to here. And we're back around to our Chi. This is 7. God, that Moon Chakra is like just awkward enough, right? Pitch Passover to play the Unmovable. So we're going to activate Enigma with a Chi. We are going to flip the Wave of Reality. And then we're going to throw Restless Coalescence here. So again, we're just kind of like... We're just kind of set, like, we're kind of just, at this point, like, I mean, I'm not saying we can't lose, but, man, I really don't know what losing feels like at this point. I mean, no, that's fine. I don't really want to pay for that. We don't care about paying for that. They take 1. We Arsenal the Moon Chakra and pass. Yeah, it's like playing Decimator into them. I think that's a very good analogy of like what we're doing here. Kind of like how this feels. So play Big Blue Sky. Play Big Blue Sky, play Rising Sun, Setting Moon, and then after we've transcended, we're going to play the Moon Chakra and block for 8. Check how many 6s are in the grave and think about Phantasm. I mean, yeah, like, there's a lot of 6s there. They just pitched a Command and Conquer. It's very possible that, like, they are running out of, like, poppers here to, like, really get us with. There's one more Murky Water we haven't seen. So, we're going to pass. Oh, Dreadbore's going to get us here? Well, we can still lose 4 Spectral Shields here, right? It's still okay this way. Yeah, so we're just gonna play this out and just lose Spectral Shields. It's unfortunate that I forgot Dreadbore has text for a moment, but so I can attack, give go again, and then attack and Arsenal the Big Blue Sky. We're not transcending, but we are giving go again. We're going to pitch the Shimmers this way. I mean, getting Shimmers into play isn't uber important, right? Yeah, I realized that we couldn't play the Big Blue Sky a little bit too late there. It's just a little bit too late in, like, the thought process of my turn to, like, try and go back, I think. But yeah, I definitely realized that too late there. But uh-oh. Well, that lined up really well. Yeah, Tidemaw can attack for 20 right now, which is, like, actually crazy to think about. And we rip into a Chi. I mean, there's one murky water left. No, there's one command. Like, we've seen both battering bolts, both weakest links, and both murky waters. So there's the one command and conquer. And I would be surprised if they were on more poppers. Those are the ones that make sense to me. We're gonna attack with the Tide Maw. Actually, this is for 14, which means it probably gets close to ending the game, right? No, we're just supposed to attack with this. Phantasm would suck here, but this is for 22. Yeah, no popper. You love to see it. Sounds like it's going to be trap galore, though. This is definitely bigger base, bigger power than its base. So, you know, there's that. No, just kidding. Brick just decided not to block there at the end. I mean, Brick would have blocked, what, an extra 6 and taken 11? Yeah, so yeah, good call, Trent, on making sure to check that out. Does Buzzsaw Trap work on this? Buzzsaw Trap is greater power than its base. It does not, because Refractor makes them base power 5. Good question, though, Vito. Good question. I think that's one of the big reasons to be on the I think that's one of the big reasons to be on this, like this. What was in Arsenal? In their Arsenal, I didn't look, sorry. Forgot to block with cards in hand, but counted it and died either way. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I assumed that, I was like, when we looked, you were dead either way. No matter what happened if you didn't have the popper. And I was assuming that you had seen 7 of your 8 poppers, and then the last popper you had just pitched Command and Conquer, I assume. I think that was a very good clinic on how, like, Enigma plays into, like, how Reality Fractor gets a lot of value into, like, slower decks. Except Guardian, you want Cosmo into Guardian, in my opinion. At least that's what Blake told me, so that's kind of what I've been rolling with here. Great game. Thanks, Raphael. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that a bunch. Let's see. 9:45, probably going to be the last stream for the evening, if I had to guess. Probably going to be one of the last ones. I mean, yeah, this could work. We could do this like this from now on. Hey, if somebody doesn't care, if somebody doesn't care, will somebody just like shoot a message in Twitch chat real quick? I want to see if what I'm trying to do is working here. I also forgot to change my equipment to Stonewall. Did you want Stonewall there over? I assumed you wanted to be on like snaps there. Redeemed, ask me anything. What are you looking forward to on your wedding day? Is there something special about the venue, guests you haven't seen in a while, or the honeymoon? So Keaton, one, thank you for helping me out with the Twitch chat. It worked exactly like I wanted it to. Second, this is gonna sound super cheesy, and like Carly's probably gonna laugh at me in the other room, but like, what are we playing against? Dromai? Hang on, I'm gonna tell my opponents that we're thinking here. What I would say, honestly, like we're not having like a, you know, we're not having like a crazy big ceremony. Like it's like our family. But like the thing that I'm the most excited about is I have spent most of my life thinking that like getting married always seemed like absolutely just like so far-fetched to me, because why would I've never really wanted to get married when I was growing up. Like I knew I would at some point, but I like never really wanted to, because it was like, I don't know, like it just seemed very like overrated and like over talked about. And like I'm getting married to my best friend. You know, like Curly is honestly like my best friend in the whole world. Like, and I really enjoy hanging out and spending time with her. So I'm very excited I'm just excited to hang out, just to get to spend the rest of my life with my best friend, which I know is like lame, but it's the truth. It's that's the God's honest truth. We can't play the Shimmers if we take this route. So if we play Rage Spectre, I can pitch Shimmers to play Rage Spectre, attack, give it -1, and then Arsenal the Shimmers. I think that's okay. The drop in the ocean kind of has to get used like for value here. I think we're going to flip Wave. I think Wave is the flip here, and then we get to just Arsenal the Shimmers, and we can always try to like set up a turn where we can put the Shimmers into play. Pretty good opening turn there. Also, this turn's like kind of cracked, right? I can... we have to see what they do, but like this turn could be insane. Jealous of small weddings. My girlfriend's soon-to-be fiance is Egyptian, and they throw massive weddings. Sweating the bill, not gonna lie. Dude, I get that. Like, I understand that. Like, you know, that was one of those things, like, we didn't want to spend, you know, 30 or 40 grand on a wedding, you know? Like, that wasn't something we wanted to do. We wanted to, you know, spend that money on our honeymoon, and, like, our honeymoon is, like, gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really cool. The two of us are going to the Dominican for a week to hang out. Calum said W. Absolutely, Calum. Absolutely. I appreciate it, brother. Well, that thing's gonna have to die. Actually, it just has Phantasm, right? Oh, this is an Illusionist? Lame. I know that exact feeling, and nerdism made it feel even more unreal. I'm not even saying it in case you're trying to get me, but I mean, I get it, Trent. I get it, brother. So we lose Wave of Reality, make a new Spectral Shield. And then I'm going to block with Phantasmaclasm. We don't really... Okay, so we have to make a decision here. I can send the Rage Spectre at the Thamai and kill it. If I pitch... Okay. Well, that's definitely not going to be the last game. We are definitely not going to let that be the last game. I mean, I guess we take it because technically, like, it adds, like, the win that we wanted, but it's definitely not how I saw that playing out. All right. Luck and have fun, opponent. We're going to play Refractor this time because I think it's correct. Flicker Trick feels good. Hold the Line doesn't seem necessary. They're not really playing cards to draw cards. Respite, actually, and now that we talked about Respite, I like it a lot because it just shuts down Rosetta. And then what's a card we want to cut? Is it red Spectral Manifestations? Could be, right? Do we want to cut Shimmers here? I know that kind of sounds crazy. Yeah, L person for conceding. I agree. I'm not a huge fan when people just do that kind of stuff. I don't really want to cut Shimmers, but I guess we can. How many blues are we playing? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're be playing 20 without it instead of the 22, so I'm going to cut Manifestations. I don't know. That could be wrong, but the turn, hopefully, I need them to attack me with something. That's actually like a giant bummer. Now, I could just choose to transcend here. I really hate that that's how that had to play out, but I think it's okay. We will flip. We'll flip Heirloom. And then instead of attacking, I'm going to Arsenal the Sink Below and pass here. They are playing cash in, so the hold the lines would have been okay. I almost conceded when I saw Refractor. Yeah, I figured Refractor would, like, honestly kind of, like... I figured that it would truly start to put... it would just kind of put... Riptide in the spin cycle. I thought we got lucky enough for them to miss. I mean, there's a lot of variance to that card, but like not enough to where I think they're just going to miss consistently. Here, once again, checking out all my chatters, making sure everyone is enjoying the stream. Let's give it up for our homie Zach, dude, Drew. I love you, buddy. I appreciate it, man. All right, well, this has been an unbelievably bad start. The one arcane comes through. Yo, whoa, what? Oh, no, that's so unfortunate. So I think we're going to have to try and set up here. I don't want to have to take damage, but we might have to this turn. Said Drew, where's my Marble Kano? I can pitch Manifestations to play levels and then flip to Transcend, and I can flip over Wave. We'll have 2 floating after that, and we will be able to throw one of our Spectral Shields for 5. God, this may just be blocking. This feels like a really bad matchup for Enigma. I mean, it could just be me, like, honestly. Jesus. So we're down to 3 and they have a CMH in play. I don't think there's any shot we're winning this game. But, I mean, you know, it could happen. You never know, it could happen. We'll flip Wave. And we'll go draw a card and go again. Draw into a very good one here. Draw into a very good one, thankfully. And then crash in for 5 with the Refractor. Or with the Spectral Shield off Refractor. Okay. It's not looking good, boys. It's not looking good. This guy had a very good hand. This was a very good start for our opponent here. And they chose to go first, which I think is correct. So we're going to lose Wave of Reality. I'm going to pass, and I'm going to pitch to play the Unmovable here. Seems like a pretty good option for us. We cannot pitch another blue card. We have 4 of those in play. We can't block. Play big blue sky. We're going to flash this in and flash this in. We block 7. Rosetta Thorn eats this, and then we keep the Spectral Shield and go to 2. I think that was the best way we could play that out. Honestly, we're just going to need them to brick is what we're going to need to happen. Imagine this, but only Earth cards. Oh, wait, nothing changes. Oh, it's another one. I really don't like going to 1, but I think we have to. I could just flash this in, right? We could just flash this in. I think I would rather go to 1 and put the Coalescence into play. We're not attacking, but we are going to Arsenal the drop in the ocean so that we can have a Transcend card and try to flip Diadem, maybe. I mean, this hand blocks a lot. This hand blocks a lot. Not much else happening, but it does block a lot. So they're not pitching. Homage, we go to 2. We will put the Warmongers on the bottom. Flip over our headpiece, make 3 Spectral Shields. Probably taking the E-Strike here if I had to guess. That would be my guess at what they're going to take would be the E-Strike. What did they take? Yep, they took the E-Strike. We lose a Spectral Shield. We have Transcended, so we do have the ability to just block 5 here. Also, a drop in the ocean could be very good for us. We could actually use Diadem to make a Ponder here. We have some pretty good things we can do this turn. Like, this turn is not lost. Yeah, so that's actually insane. So we're gonna play Moon Chakra. We're gonna play a drop in the ocean. And then we're gonna lose the Restless Coalescence. We are gonna pay 1 to make a Ponder. We're going to respite this, go to 3. And then we're going to lose the Diadem and the Spectral Shield. I mean, we're not going to do this because... I mean, it doesn't matter. Jeez, this is such a hard matchup, dude. I don't know how we're supposed to win this one. This is tough. Like, both games we played Briar have been really bad. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that, like... I know that this is probably not a tough matchup. Like, this is probably not a good matchup. And I'm also not the best Enigma player in the world. But, man, that felt tough. That felt really tough. I won't lie to you guys. That felt like an uphill battle the entire game. The entire time. So we ended up finishing 5 and 7 tonight, which, I mean, you know, like, is fine. 5 5 and 7 was definitely not what I was hoping for tonight. I'll say that for sure. New Moon, we went 2 and 2. Our 2 losses were to Briar, and we beat 2 very slow matchups with New Moon. Like, we played 2 very polarizing matchups both ways, I think. So I don't really. New Moon is one of those decks. It's going to be polarizing, right? Like, you're either playing against the aggro decks and you're trying to hang on, or you're playing against a slow Guardian decks or the slow Riptide decks, and you're just trying, or you're just like building up the board and just grinding them out. Oh, excuse me. The games with Royal 5 that we played tonight, Trent made the comment tonight while we were playing that it felt like the format has changed so much and that it's just such a heavy equipment format right now. That like there's just everybody has, you know, a fridge, and it's impossible to get through it all with Royal 5, and that's exactly how it felt tonight. So I you know, playing Royal 5 was always about having fun with it, and we did do some really cool stuff, but it is a lot more underpowered than I thought it was going to be honest. It was pretty tough tonight to play. Playing Royal 5 was tough tonight. It was not good. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. No stream on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. I will be back on Saturday. Be wearing that wedding band then. So anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Hope you guys have the rest of the good week, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Take it easy, guys.